friends. It's good to be here with you. Let's say hello to the rain. We had some rain last night and my soil loved it. Looks like it might even rain here today. Hello to the rain. Hello to the rain. Hello to the rain. It's good to be here with you. Let's say hello to the plants. They're growing like crazy right now. They're growing a lot of plants right now. Hello to the plants. Hello to the plants. Hello to the plants. It's good to be here with you. Let's say hello to our bodies. I love our bodies. Hello to my body. Hello to my body. Hello to my body. It's good to be here with you. You know a body part we don't say hello to all the time, but we use in Chinese medicine as a diagnostic tool. Our tongues. It's like a map of our body's health. Let's say hello to our tongues. Hello to my tongue. You guys sing with me, right? Hello to my tongue. Hello to my tongue. It's good to be here with you. Let's say hello to our voices. Hello to my voice. Hello to my voice. Hello to my voice. It's good to be here with you. Let's make our voices go high. High. Low, low. Good job. Can we go up and down and up and down? Oh, 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 oh. Let's make our voices really silly. Make the silliest voice or sound you know. Nice. Very good, guys. You guys are good at being silly. Let's say hello to our silliness. Hello to my silliness. Hello to my silliness. Hello to my silliness. It's good to be here with you. Say hello to my friends. Hello to my friends. Hello to my friends. Hello to my friends. It's good to be here with you. I'm glad I'm here with you. Yay! Hello, friends. It's good to be here with you. We're going to start with the Days of the Week song and then talk about all the fun things we have planned for today. And I'm going to be silly because it's a silly day. See if Tank wants to join in. Days of the Week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 Pink's not in the mood for silly today, so I'm giving him his space. He doesn't have to be silly. All right. Today is Friday. Friday, April the 24th. Yesterday was Thursday, April the 23rd. Today is Friday, April the 24th. Tomorrow is Saturday, April, you can see it, the 25th. But today is Friday, April the 24th. I don't have my letters here today, so let's everybody stand up. Make a letter with your body, the letter F. It's a straight line down. It's got a top arm and a middle arm. The letter F. F is for Friday. Can you figure out another way to make a letter F with your body? Yeah. F is for family. Why don't you get together with your siblings, see if you can lay on the ground and make a letter F together. Figure it out, and I'll sing while you're doing it. F is for friends. F is for fun. Nice job. Lots of things. F is for food. Think of a food that begins with the letter F. You ready? F is for, I thought of Frankfurter and fruits and French fries. Yeah, some fun F words. off with the brain dance. I'm gonna keep checking on this because I have actually filmed this 3 different times and it's stopped every time. All right, so we're gonna start with the brain dance. Let's take big breaths in, gather in all the energy from all the corners of the earth. Stretch big in our breath in. And another one. Let's do tactile. Remember, we can gently rub, we can smooth ourselves out, we can pat ourselves down, we can peck, 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 we can pat, we can thumb, we can squeeze. Those are all different ways that we can experience tactile sensations. There's plenty more. All right, we're going to do core distal. On our little balls, we're going to bounce. Little ball, little ball, little ball, little ball. Stretch it out. Just realized I don't know if I'm big. I'm not big here. Boop. There you go. Now you can see me better. Little ball, little ball, little ball, little ball. Stretch it out. Little ball, little ball, little ball, little ball. Stretch it out. Remember on the little balls to drop your head. Stare at those feet. Little ball, little ball, little ball, little ball. Stretch it out. All right, we're going to do something silly with our head tail. You ready? I'm turned around so you can see my booty, where my tail would be, and my head. Head and tail to one side. Head and tail to the other. We're going to same side, same side, same side, same side, same side, same. Leave your booty, but turn your head to the other side. Now our head's to the right shoulder, and our booties towards our left hip. And we're going to do opposite. Heads to our left, booties to our right. Keep with the opposite. Opposite, 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 opposite. Woo! All right, let's do top bottom. Keep that top up high. I'm going to swing, swing, swing our bottom. Swing, swing, swing our bottom. Let's march. Let's punch, punch, punch. Let's float, 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 float. Nice. All right, we're going to keep our bottom still, and we're going to swing our tops, swing our tops, swing our tops, swing our tops. Let's press our tops, press our tops, press our tops. Let's flick, 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 flick our tops. All right, let's do right side, left side. Right side's here. Let's go ahead and strike, 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 strike our left side. And let's flop our left side, flop our left side, flop our left side. Okay, let's keep that left side pressed. We're going to move our right side. Let's float our right side, float our right side, float our right side, float. And then let's press it, press it, press it. Nice. All right, we're going to do opposite. We're going to do cross lateral. Opposite side, hand to the knee. Pat, 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 pat. Can we turn and do it? Pat, 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 pat. Can we do it low? Pat, 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 pat. Let's follow our thumbs while we're doing it. Nice. All right, vestibular. I'm going to count to 10 in Japanese. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sich, hach, ku, ju. Okay, let's get our bodies reoriented. Whew. This is the 4th time I've done this today. I'm a little dizzy. Okay, let's do it the other direction. This time we're going to go count instead of in Japanese, we're going to count in French. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Get that vestibular centered again. Nice job brain dancing, guys. Woo, I Friday event planned. It can be a game night. It can be we all cook pizza together night. It can be a movie night. It can be a family games night that's not just a board game, but you share family games. And here's some family activities you can do. Okay, you ready? Let's get our job. Try this. Can you do that? I don't know why, but that just reminds me of job. So, what are 2 jobs? Everyone in the family gets to share. What are 2 jobs either you'd like to have or you think might be fun when you grow up? Or if you're a grown-up, what are 2 jobs you could have chosen that you may still like or that you may have liked? And why did you not choose it? Those are good things to share. So, jobs or careers. All right. 2. Let's do this. I don't know, or maybe a little embarrassing. We're going to share a story. One thing you can share is a story about an embarrassing moment. Parents, this is super important. And kids, this is super important because guess what? We all get embarrassed. It just happens. What's important is to share that moment and then have some discussion around it. Like, for instance, oh my goodness, I would have felt embarrassed too if that happened. Or, oh, I totally understand. What happened? Did you get support for that? Check in about that, because when we share embarrassing stories and we get feedback from each other, that's actually how we can repair our emotions afterwards. The other thing to share, though, is, well, maybe that emotion doesn't, after we get that feedback and we get that comfort that we needed from that embarrassing story, it's important to know that we all get embarrassed. Little kids, big adults, we all get embarrassed. There's all things that are embarrassing, and that's okay. It's important to share it and realize that, and also, we can get support from it. And also, we can repair it a little bit and figure out, well, why was that embarrassing? And is it okay to do that? Is there no need for you to be embarrassed about that? You know, everyone's glasses fall off sometimes. I get that you were embarrassed because you were crossing the road and your glasses fell off and everyone laughed, but so what? Accidents happen. It's okay. Like, you know, it's okay. It's good that it's okay that you felt embarrassed, and it's also okay you didn't do anything wrong. Things like that. Like, it's nice to be able to give that affirmation for people. So if everybody gets a chance to share that, we all get a chance to grow closer together and practice sharing things, which is a very important family. So you can talk about careers. You can talk about embarrassment. You can also tell a story about the funnest or any sleepover you remember as a kid. All right, everybody go to sleep. Wake up. Okay, everybody go to sleep. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Oh, good. Everyone go to sleep. Wake up, wake up, wake up. He's like, I'm not waking up. So sharing stories about sleepovers is just an event that most of us humans have that we can share together. And so it's fun for kids to hear about adults when you were bigger and what you did on a sleepover. And kids, it's fun to remember those moments, and that's why we share it. For instance, one thing I remember from 3rd grade, which is an activity you guys can do now, is that in 3rd grade, my friend Tracy invited us over for a sleepover, and their family had 10, let's count to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cups of Jelly Bellies in it. And we all were blindfolded, and we had to taste test each one and write down what flavor we thought it was. And we weren't able to see it, we just had to guess from taste. And then whoever got the most guesses right got a bubble necklace. And it was just fun experience to taste all the flavors. It was fun to eat the candy, and it was fun to kind of do this game of like, I wonder if I can guess the flavors. It was just a fun game. So that's a game you can do now. I don't promote candy eating all the time, but this is just one example of the game. And something I did at a sleepover, and that's fun to share. And kids, if you've never been on a sleepover before, think of what you'd like to do, and you can have a sleepover this weekend in your house. And you can create a sleepover room, like maybe a little cave, or maybe a little den, or a little fort with some blankets and stuff, and you can have a sleepover fun party with your family. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th activity is idea sharing. Is share a story. Well, this is an important one. Share a story about a time that you made a choice, probably wasn't the best choice. And looking back on it now, what are 2 things I could have done differently? This is great for everyone to share, because kids, your moms and dads and nannies and caregivers and grandmas and grandpas make mistakes all the time. It can be something that maybe hurts someone's feelings. something that maybe wasn't the safest, or something that just wasn't something according to the values that you live, and you feel bad about it. And it's important to share these things because we can learn how to repair. And so parents, this is helping your kids learn A, that it's okay to share things they did wrong, and B, that you guys can work together to create repair strategies, and C, how to do it differently next time so it doesn't happen again. Great share idea. And finally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This last story you guys can share together is a story about a time when you were brave. Everyone do your favorite superhero moves. Ready? Think about it. Get a superhero move. 3, 2, 1. Doo, doo, doo. Nice. Come up with another superhero move. 3, 2, 1. Doo, doo, doo. Nice. One more superhero move. 3, 2, 1. Doo, doo, doo. Nice. Superheroes. Superheroes, did you know? Even when someone is brave, like a superhero, guess what? They still are afraid. Yes, the reason we're sharing about being brave is that it's important as a family that everyone of all ages knows that it is okay to feel afraid. We all feel afraid. Even the bravest of people feel afraid about things. Some strategies when you're sharing this to learn and why this is important to share about being brave. One thing that's really important to learn to talk about when we're talking about being brave is that we all feel fear. For example, right now there's something going on in this world called coronavirus, and we don't know everything about it, and we can't 100% protect ourselves, and people we know can get very, very, very sick and maybe even die, and maybe many of you have had to experience that right now. And is that scary? Yeah. And let me tell you, kids, grown-ups, older grown-ups, all ages, from 2 to 102, everyone's feeling a bit of fear around this, and that's okay to be afraid. So first of all, it's important to know it's okay to be afraid. Second of all, it's also important to know one thing that we deal with when we're afraid and that helps us turn that fear into bravery is we learn information. So everyone, let's pretend you got a brain sucker. Ask permission for your neighbor. If you're sitting next to someone, ask them. Remember, they can say no. And no means no. It's a complete sentence, and we move on. But you can ask them, can I do the brain sucker on you? Can I do the brain sucker? You know what? Tate can't say no, but he doesn't look very happy, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to pet him gently. So you go. So that's just the brain sucker, which has to do, it's my reminder of knowledge. So what's some knowledge facts that we know about coronavirus now? Adults, you can help your kids with that. 1, yeah, washing hands. Washing hands helps. The soap helps break down the membranes of the virus and keeps it from proliferating. Yeah, so, and kind of kills it. Wash our hands together, the backs, between, around, rinse, 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 turn it off with our elbow or a tissue. We know that washing hands helps. Great, that's a knowledge point. What's another knowledge point we know? We know we should not touch our nose and our mouth and our eyes. Ugh. So stop, try to avoid touching hands. Wash your hands, oopsie, try to avoid touching your face. Wash your hands and avoid touching your face. Those are 2 pieces of knowledge we know. A third piece of knowledge we know is that it's important to stay distant from people because, my germs just flew out. Everyone's, I don't know if I really want to make everyone sneeze right now. Everyone sneeze into your elbow. Good, you helped keep those germs from going out. Everyone cough into your elbow. Good, you helped keep that cough from going out. Another thing that can keep it from going out is a mask. Check it out. Look what it covers. My nose and my mouth. If I go, didn't go out. If I go, didn't go out. Now, is this 100% blocking it? No. But it's some. So these are some information that we have. We stay distant from people. We cover our faces with masks. We don't touch our face. And we wash our hands. This is good information, good knowledge to help us feel better and to help comfort our fears about the virus because we know we can do something about it to help protect ourselves. Another thing is, in addition to things that we can know, it's really important to realize that if we are feeling fear, it's okay. We don't need to push past that fear. True people who are brave do not push past their fear. They feel their fear, and important to feel where it is in your body. For you, it's going to be different than your neighbor, than your sister, than your brother, than your mom, than your dad. For me, sometimes I feel fear when my neck gets tight, or sometimes I feel sick to my tummy. You can have different experience. Sometimes your neck is tight, sometimes your throat kind of feels like it's closed up, sometimes your heart goes boom, 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 boom. Sometimes it feels like you're going to throw up, or sometimes it feels like you just can't eat, like you're just not hungry. Sometimes you get really tense. There's lots of different ways that we can feel fear. What's really important is to notice in your body. If you're feeling afraid, where am I feeling my fear? Is it in my head? Lots of thoughts thinking? That can be fear too. Is it me going really fast? That can be fear too, actually. There's lots of different things, different ways that we experience fear. Check in. Where do I experience fear? Share that. And then you go, it's like for me, if my neck's tight, I can go, oh wow, I'm noticing neck, you're tight. Oh, you're afraid. I'm going to breathe into that a few times. It's okay, you can stay afraid. There are good reasons to be afraid. It's okay to be afraid. And sometimes just telling our body that it's okay to feel that way helps relax it. And then another way of being brave is acknowledging that fear and then asking our bodies, what does feel safe right now? What can I do right now? And then I can go, well, I know I can wash my hands and I know I can wear a mask. Okay, I am going to still feel afraid, but be brave enough to go to the store for my family because they need food. Or I am going to be brave, or I am going to feel fear, but I'm going to be brave enough to go to work because I know some people need to have their health treated. Those sort of things. And so talking with your family in a circle about when you are brave is really important because it helps acknowledge all those things. And then sharing that, parents, it's a good, kids, while I'm talking with your parents, I want you to come up with 4 superhero moves. You ready? Go do 4 superhero moves right now. Dun, da, da, 1, keep going. Okay. And parents, one last thing is that when you share these things, these uncomfortable feelings with each other, first of all, they realize that we all have these uncomfortable feelings and it makes you feel closer as a family. Secondly, especially if you start off young, they start feeling comfortable with sharing them with you, learning that they can get new strategies from you and support from you. And then when things are really hard as they get older, you can trust that they're going to come to you because you've already been a safe person to talk about these things with. So there's that. All right, kids, you ready? Show me one of your superhero moves. 3, 2, 1. Dun, da, da. Nice superhero move. I like it. All right. So before we talk about masks, we need to do something fun. Let's go ahead and do some movement because you guys have been listening for a while. Okay, ready? Let's march around the house. Let's march. 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 Freeze. Can we march on a high level? March. 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 Freeze. Can we march on a low level? March. 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 Freeze. Good one. All right. Can you march with your elbows? March, 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 freeze. Nice. All right, let's glide. Glide, 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 glide. Let's glide on a low level. Can you glide on a low level? Freeze. Can you glide with your booties? What is it like to glide with your booty? Oh, very creative. Freeze. Can you glide with your tummies? Freeze. Nice gliding. All right. This is very important. In dance, we talk about our bubble. We have a space bubble. We don't want to pop that bubble. Pop that bubble. We don't want to pop it. We don't pop our bubble with our neighbor. But we do want to make sure that it stays a bubble. And remember, if you go too fast against a bubble, it pops. So with our bodies, we're going to strike into space. Make sure there's room. Strike. With all of our bodies, you can do your legs with your hands. You ready? Strike. Strike. Just our bodies, no other person and no other objects. Strike. 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 Freeze. Can we strike on a low level? Strike. 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 with your knees. Strike, 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 freeze. Nice one. All right. Can you strike fast? Strike, 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 freeze. Ooh, good one. Speaking of fast, let's jump. Let's jump fast. Jump fast. Freeze. Can you jump on a low level fast? Ready? Freeze. Can you jump on a high level fast? Freeze. Can you jump on a middle level fast? Keep going. Keep going. Freeze. Nice one, guys. All right. We're going to press into space. Press into space. Let's press into space. Press. Press with your feet. Press with your hands. Freeze. Can you press? Remember not to pop our bubble space. Can you press into a wall? Nice. Can you press into the floor? Freeze. If you have another family member in your house that gives permission, remember you have to ask and say, can I press into your hand? Or, and they can say yes, or they can nod, or you can just point and go, and they can go. But remember, if someone says no, no is a complete sentence, and we go, okay. Or we can ask them, is there anywhere I can press? And then they can give us a suggestion. Okay? We can say no to that suggestion too. But let's press into our family member's hand. Press. Nice. Can we press feet? Let's press our feet together. With another family member. Can you press your hands to your family member's foot or vice versa? Nice. Lots of fun ways to interact with dance. All right. Now that we've done some movement, let's talk about masks. Movement and masks. There are many different types of masks out there. Colorado is starting to open up and we're going to be going out into space, into the greater space, and oftentimes it's important to wear masks out there, they're saying. Not everyone will, but it is a health suggestion and it is helpful. So how many of you, wiggle your fingers, how many of you did not like wearing shoes as a baby? How many of you have seen a sibling, wiggle your elbows, if you've seen a sibling who's gone, rah, 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 when mom or dad or a caregiver tried to put their shoes on them? Yes. How many of you, even if you may not like it 100%, still wear shoes when you go out and walk on the streets? Yeah. So there's a protective reason for it. It doesn't feel very good on our bodies at first, but there's a good protective reason. It's the same thing for our masks, different types of masks. It may not feel good on our bodies at first, but there's a good protective reason. It covers our nose and our mouth and keeps us from germs getting out and outside germs coming in. Now, as you can see in this, you can pick up your shirts and look through your shirt material if you want. And I'm going to do this here too. When I put this over here, check it out. See those white dots? When you peek through your shirts, can you see through it? Like if I hold this up and you see my hand, oh, can you see my fingers wiggling here? Yeah, that means it's permeable. That means that things like air and light and germs can get through this. So is this 100% protective, wearing these masks? Nope. But it does protect a little bit. So they're asking that we wear these masks. Kids, here are your choices in this. One, there's lots of different ways these masks fit. They can cover their ears. You can wear a baseball hat and have a button sewn on the hat and then the straps attached to that. You can have tie straps. So this one I tie around my face. You can wear a bandana. You take this square and you fold the two ends together. This is a fun activity just to learn. If you have a square and you fold the triangle parts of it together, ta-da, you create a triangle. And then you can fold it again, put it over your face, and have a mask that way. Ta-da. I kind of feel like a cowboy or a superhero with this mask on like that. The other thing you can get is that there are outdoor things that you wear in the wintertime or summertime called buffs. And they're to protect the neck, but you can just pull them up higher, ta-da, and then your face is covered. So there are lots of different options. I say that because just like wearing wearing shoes, there are different options. Wiggle your fingers if you have a pair of shoes you do not like wearing because they don't feel good on your feet. Yeah, exactly. And do your parents make you wear those shoes, or do you get to pick a different pair sometimes? Yeah, so it's the same thing with the masks. Sometimes you can make choices and negotiate with your parents about different choices. Parents, this is a good time in that it is hard to do something when we don't have any control. And when we get more control, we start to feel safer and we start to feel more comfortable with our bodies. If your kids are complaining about wearing masks, listen to them. There's a reason. Our skin, kids, let's feel the skin of your face. Hopefully your hands are washed. Make sure they're washed. Feel the skin of your face. It's really delicate, right? This is very sensitive, delicate skin. It's there for a reason. Our skin is a permeable membrane and a permeable boundary, and it's one of the largest organs in our body. I think we learned that in medicine the first week. Our skin is the largest organ in our body. It's important. And it is giving us sensory feedback, and kids are more sensitive sensory than we adults, because we adults have developed tolerance to a lot of sensory stuff that kids haven't yet. So their faces may be more sensitive to these masks. Their ears may be more sensitive to the pull. Their heads may be more sensitive to it. We need to listen to them. And if they're saying they're experiencing discomfort, we need to listen and give them options. That's very important. If you're having your kids wear masks, listen to them. Some of the way we can get around that is figuring out different strategies. Like I said, the baseball hat with the buttons, that can help make it not so tight on the ears. Or different materials can help. The other thing with kids that's fun is it's nice to have control and choice. So choosing the color of the fabric or getting to choose the material, make it look like superhero masks. I think I've seen that there are some masks that are being made to look like superhero masks and things like that. Like things to make it fun, things to make it more sensory tolerable are very important. So parents, listen to your kids on that. And then the final step with this is start gradual. Start for just 1 minute at a time. You're all gonna go walk out to the mailbox together. Let's put it on. We go walk out to the mailbox together. We come back home and we take it off. Okay? Start 1 minute, then build up to 2 minutes, like maybe 2 or 3 days later. And then the next 3 or 4 days, build up to 3 or 4 minutes. Like slowly and gradually let their sensory organs get used to this. This is a new experience, and we need to be gentle with kids with that. Adults too, we need to be gentle too, but we're kind of used to ignoring our sensory experiences, and this is a good chance to check back in and not ignore, and recognize when we are at our tolerance level too. So that's just a lot of talk. Kids, thanks for putting up with that. You be thinking about what you want your masks to look like. And I have another song. Oh, we didn't do the family suggestions yet. I can't believe that. All right, well, we'll sing the song first. All right, kids, we're gonna sing a song. You guys get out your drumming equipment, whether you're gonna drum on your bodies, whether you're gonna dance and drum that way, whether you're gonna drum on a drum, whether you got spoons to beat, you figure out your instruments. We're gonna sing a song together, and this is something that families can do every day together, or a few times a week. It's a great family activity. 3 verses. The first one is you pick somebody in your family first. You're gonna go in a circle. So I'm gonna pick Tank, because my family member's sitting right here, and we say their name. We just go, Tank, what calls your name? What calls your name right now? Tank, what calls your name? What calls your name right now? And the second verse is Tank's gonna say what's calling his name, which means like, what are you feeling right now? What are you thinking about right now? What are you excited about right now? How are you feeling right now? Any of those things. So I have to guess, because Tank can't answer right now. My guess is that sleeping and cuddling is calling his name. Oh, so he just went to like he wanted to cuddle. Yeah. So he goes sleeping and cuddling. It calls his name. It calls his name right now. Sleeping and cuddling. It calls his name. It calls his name right now. And the third verse is we say we love you. Oh, Tank, I love you. I love you. I love you always and right now. And he goes, oh yes, I love you. I love you. I love you. Right back, right back, right back. And that's it. And you move on to the next family member. So I move on to me. And I say, hey, Kade, what calls your name? What calls your name right now? Some of you guys know his Miss love you. I love you. I love you. Always and right now. And I say back. Oh yes, I love you. I love you. I love you. Right back, right back, right back. So I'm going to do it with you guys, and I'm going to point, since I can't call all of your names right now, I'm going to go friend. So I'm going to say, hey friend, what calls your name? What calls your name right now? Here we go. Oh friend, what calls your name? What calls your name right now? And you think about it. What's calling to you right now? You ready for your answer? So you're going to answer. I'm just going to point to you and give you space. Here we go. It calls his name. It calls their name right now. It calls your name. It calls their name right now. I'm going to say, hey, I love you. I love you. I love you right now and always and right now. And then you say, oh yes, I love you. I love you. I love you. Right back, right back, right back. Yay! And that's a fun song to dance to and keep singing with your family. And you can keep singing that. 3 verses. What calls your name? And the second verse is you say what calls your name, like sleeping or running or being angry or frustrated or being tired or wanting to eat lunch. And then the third verse is I love you. And the other words don't really matter. It's just that important part. What calls your name, and then you answer, and then I love you. And that's the song. I hope you guys enjoyed dancing to that. That should be a fun one. All right, here we're gonna go. Everybody stand up. Let's get high. High. Some family event. Everybody get high. Can we get high with our feet? Can we get high with our elbows? Can we get high with our fingers? Can we get high with our tiptoes? Great job, guys. So, family, here are 4 things you can do every single day around breakfast table, dinner table, before you go to bed. This is a great, great family gathering conversation starter that I suggested to all of my families the last 20 years that I worked with families to do. Every day, once a day, everyone gets together and shares their high of their day, which means not just standing on their tiptoes, but also what is something that was a height of their day, what made them really happy. For instance, yesterday, the height of my day was getting to share the eagle with you guys. Yeah. All right, let's get down low. Low, low, low. Everyone get down low. Here we go. The next thing you share is what was the low of my day. So yesterday I got a cold sore and I just wasn't feeling well. So that was a low of my day. And then everyone shares what the low of their day was. So we have high, we have low. Those are both emotions or moments that triggered an emotion that we wanted to share. Then you share what was effect. You ready? Let's get our brains. What was effect that we learned yesterday? And I could say one of the facts that I learned yesterday is that chocolate helps us produce dopamine, and it also sends out a chemical that helps our body start to produce serotonin, which is interesting. So, so that's a fact I learned. Maybe I mixed that up, but it's one of the facts that I learned. So we have a high, we have a low of the day emotional, we have a fact, which is just new information, which is always good for us humans to learn. And everybody rub your tummies. There you go. Sensory memory. For me, a sensory memory of yesterday was the wind blowing my hair right before it rained. Oh, and a second sensory memory was the smell of the rain after the rain. I liked that. So as a family, every day you share a high of the day, a low of the day, a fact you learned, and a sensory memory. And you can share them all, like one person shares all of them and then the next person, or you can go around with highs and then around with lows and then around with facts and then around with sensory. And then A, it's a thing to unite your family and just practice sharing. B, you've shared emotions, you've shared knowledge, and you've shared presence in your body. And those are some really important tools to teach our family members for later on in life. All right, so those are fun things you can do as a family here. We are going to read a book now called You Belong Here. I love this book, it's so pretty. You Belong Here, written by M.H. Clark, illustrated by Isabel Arsenault. I didn't realize this. It looks like it is an award-winning book. Independent Publishers Award. Ooh, pretty color. You belong here. Make sure you can see the pictures. There we go. The stars belong in the deep night sky, and the moon belongs there too. And the winds belong in each place they blow by. And I belong here with you. The whales and the fishes belong in the sea, and the waves belong by the shore, and the dunes where the grasses belong to be, because grasses are what dunes are for. And the trees belong in the wild wood, and the deer belong in their shade, and the birds belong so safe and good and warm in the nests that they made. And you belong where you love to be, and after each day is through, you will always belong right next to me, and I'll belong next to you. And I would add, if you choose and if you desire that. You are always welcome. The frogs and the lilies belong in the lake, where the water is silver and clear. And the turtles belong in the homes that they make, in the sand, where the water is near. And the otters belong by the banks of the stream, and the cattails belong there too. And the carp belong where the water runs green, and the shadows all run blue. And you belong right here where you're home, and where I hold you close. Of all the wonders I've ever known, you are the one I love the most. The hares belong in the desert air, where the rocks are red and gold, and those rocks belong with the comets out there, which flash bright when the night turns cold. The foxes belong in the high canyon hills, and the sage there belongs in the sun, and the lizards belong in the light, sitting still until they are ready to run. The crickets belong in the old stone wall, and the bees belong in the clover, just as winter belongs in its place after fall, before the new year starts over. And you are a dream that the world once dreamt, and now you are part of its song. That's why you're here, and the place where you're meant. For this is right. This is right where you belong. Singing your song. The pines belong on the mountainside, tucked under their blanket of snow, and the bears belong in the caves where they hide whenever the storms start to blow. Some creatures were made for the land or the air, and others were made for the sea. Each creature is perfectly home right there in the place it belongs to be. And no matter what places you travel to, what wonders you choose to see, I will always belong right here with you, and you'll always belong with me. The end. M.H. Clark is poet and writer, and Isabel Arsenault is the illustrator. The end. So since you're home with your families right now, hopefully you can have a family fun night tonight. And you can do some of those family sharing activities we talked about. Remember the high of the day, the low of the day, the fact you remember, and the sensory memory of the day. We're going to sing one more song before we go, but your homework for the day is one, to spend some time with your family and do one of those family activities we talked about. Hopefully one of the sharing or the song singing, or any of the ideas I had about being brave, sharing a moment about being brave or a sleepover. The other homework is, this is a silly one. You guys ready? With your bodies, see if you and your families can work together to create the ABCs. You can do it just by yourself, so like A, B, C, that sort of thing. Or you can lay on the ground, or you can work with a family member and see if you can create the ABCs together. It's really going to be a fun activity. And you can sing the ABCs while you do it. And that way you guys are learning the ABCs and interacting with each other as family, friends, and being fun and silly together too. All right, let's do the last song. Those are just your homework parts. I hope you have a good weekend, and we will sing our songs tomorrow. Let's do Let Us Sing Together. Let us sing together, let us sing together, one and all a joyous song. Let us sing together, one and all a joyous song. Let us sing again and again. Let us sing again and again. Let us sing again and again. One and all a joyous song. Let's do play. Let us play together, let us play together, one and all a joyous song. Let us play together, one and all a joyous song. Let us play again and again. Let us play again and again. Let us play again and again. One and all a joyous song. Let's learn together. Let us learn together, let us learn together, one and all a joyous song. Let us learn together, one and all a joyous song. Let us learn again and again. Let us learn again and again. Let us learn again and again. One and all a joyous song. Let's do grow. You can keep singing with me, or you can make your bodies grow with the song. Here we go. Let us grow together, let us grow together, one and all a joyous song. Let us grow together, one and all a joyous song. Let us grow again and again. Let us grow again and again. Let us grow again and again. One and all a joyous song. Let's do sing one last time. Let us